Hey guys, the Chicken is here back today with another home gym video. In today's video, guys, I want to talk a little bit about COOP from Garage Gym Reviews. You know, the biggest influencer for sure in the home gym space. I'm sure a lot of us, including myself, watched his videos as we built out our home gym and got excited about you know, all the things, the equipment and you know, learning about knurling and different things like that. And in terms of the community, I don't think there would, you know, be nearly as big as a community without COOP. You know, there's it's basically him and Basement Brandon, is that what I say, or Brandon Campbell, Brandon Diamond. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's basically those two guys are at the top, and then, you know, there's everybody else around that. So you know, just to say that he's done a lot, you know, he's essentially made the community. Even the Facebook group that I'm going to be talking about this video on, I believe it's Home Gym by Garage Gym Reviews. I think it's actually his Facebook group that just everybody that's into home gyms ends up joining because it's the first thing that comes up. So with that being said, I wanted to talk about kind of the changes of his channel. And specifically, there was a video that came out, you know, kind of trashing COOP, and COOP actually responded to, which was interesting. That was on his Instagram. I don't know if it was on the GGR one. I think it was on the Home Gym COOP one, which is like his personal page, I guess. Sorry, I'm so out of breath. I just did I just did a little cardio thing, which is going a lot better, by the way. I've noticed just even like implementing little bits of cardio, like on off days, huge difference. Huge difference, not only for just how I feel in general, but my work sets with weights are way easier. It's amazing how much cardio limits you if you don't do any at all. Kind of like me, or if your base is at 0, which mine was. So, I don't know. I think, you know, in terms of the COOP stuff, like I said, his videos were great. And then I don't know when it happened exactly, but there was a time where his channel got bought out by a media company. I forget what the name of it is. It's like Aver Media or something like that. So the issue with that, and it kind of goes with being a YouTuber, is people like YouTubers, especially review style content or videos. If you don't like the word content, especially review style stuff, people like seeing it from some idiot, you know, kind of like me. It's just in his basement. You know, this is not a highly productive, a high production setting, right? It's just me with my phone. People like that because they know they're going to get honest feedback. They know that you're not getting paid by, you know, a corporation or have... It's tough with YouTube and influencers nowadays because there's so many different ways that they're, you know, getting money. And, you know, it could be from the brand itself. It could be, you know, from trying to say something way overly dramatic and clickbaited on YouTube. You know, there's different factors, and it's kind of annoying as somebody that just wants to click on a video and just get an honest, unbiased review. That's not really the way of the landscape anymore. So people like searching videos like that come up, and you can tell that the person is being authentic, that they're not trying to secretly sell you something. They don't have a discount code or whatever. And I'm not saying that people that necessarily have all those things are bad. It's just, you know, you got to look at it, you know, you got to look at it a little more. Like, what is this person actually saying? Does it make sense? Now, that being said, even after COOP got bought up by this company, there was definitely products you could see that he would push that were like, is it really, like, you know, something that he would say, or did he just get a big fat check to say this? And I get it. I would do the same thing myself, 100%. It's almost like, chicken, I'm gonna give you 10 grand to, you know, to show off this adjustable weight vest that sucks. You know, I might not say it's the best thing in the world, but I would look at it and be like, all right, well, there's, you know, there's some benefits to it, and maybe we can go over it. Like, you know, if the money's right, like, most people are gonna go with that. Now, I mean, you can't. The other edge of the sword there is if you have a big audience that you've built up by being authentic, you know, you got to collect a pretty big bag if you're going to end up turning around and screwing them. And in the long run, that's probably going to make you less money anyway. So maybe it doesn't really make sense to do that. I'm just saying, you know, if the price is right, almost everybody would do the same thing in his position. So now the change of COOP's channel specifically recently, you know, and I still watch his videos from time to time when I'm interested in whatever he's showcasing. I still think he does a very good job for the most part in terms of not being biased. Like, there are some things that, I'm not going to say what it is exactly, but there are some things that you can tell that he's pushing where it's like, yeah, is that really something he would be saying if this was true, or if this was him 5 years ago? Probably not. But you've got to be able to see that yourself too, right? Like, I mean, you can't be completely blind going into anything that anybody says, especially on the internet, right? Like, you've got to be able to look at stuff for what it is. And I think that's what most people do, like, especially if you're going to make a big purchase. Typically, I'll watch multiple videos. I remember even on my my SML1 rack, I watched a ton of videos. I watched like every video that there was out there, and it was only a $400 piece of equipment. But that was what I was basing my whole gym around, so it was an important purchase. And I wanted to see if people actually liked it, or if it was too small and, there's problems with the wobbling or whatever. And, that's how you make an informed decision, is you look at a bunch of different things. Like, if you're just simply sitting back and just being like, okay, I'm going to wait to see what Coop says about this, and then I'm going to buy it, and then if it ends up sucking, I'm going to blame Coop. It's like, you got to take some responsibility in that yourself too. Like, sure, a lot of people do really good reviews and stuff, but you've got to be able to see that for what it is and make, the best informed decision for yourself. The same with anything, right? So, I don't know. I think to go as far as the guy did who made that video, I think that was a little bit too much. And, people love to be mad on the internet. People love to talk shit. It's fun. I get it. But I didn't think that was fully warranted, because, if you really dislike somebody to the point of, making a video on it, and I'm totally contradicting myself here because I've definitely done stuff like this in the past, but it wasn't out of personal animosity. It was just because, I was trying to grow the channel, whatever. This might be on this channel or any of the other million channels I've done before. I'm not perfect is what I'm trying to say. But, yeah, I think that, if you get that upset by it, like, at that point, just turn it off. Or just, if you search up something, just don't watch it. If it makes you upset, just don't watch it. And I mean, unless the guy's doing something really, really scummy that needs to be called out because it's on the level of, like, Liver King, or, like, one of the bullshit influencers that's selling, like, oh, you can cure cancer by eating asparagus, or, something stupid like that. Yeah, absolutely, shit all over those people. They deserve it, and, there needs to be public awareness about stuff like that. But the guy that's getting paid to do a review, that's still doing a pretty good job overall of doing the review, and even sticking his neck out a little bit. I don't want to be a Coop apologizer too much here, but sticking his neck out a little bit in terms of, potentially putting future risks, future sponsors, or money that is getting from that video for criticizing those companies. It's a tricky thing, man. It's a tricky thing. I've done some sponsored stuff, obviously not on that level, but it's not easy to criticize the company that's paying you thousands of dollars to promote something. You got to have integrity to do that. So it's tricky. But at the end of the day, I think Coop does a fine job. Yeah, there's some stuff that he pushes out that's not the greatest. And there's some stuff that he pushes out that's, it's really good and helpful. Now, I don't know. I think part of the problem with Coop stuff too is, in the home gym community, you want to see something realistic, right? Like, I'm not looking at Juju Mufu's gym. I'm not looking at Brian Shaw's gym for ideas on, oh, what could I do for my place? Like, it's cool to see that for sure, but it's not really, what I want to see from a home gym kind of building it out perspective, right? It's like, that's cool, but that's totally unrelatable to my situation. I've got this space to work with in here. I got to work around my laundry stuff. I can't get in the way of the stairs. I've only got 6 foot-ish of ceiling here. So, I mean, the realistic things are, going back to what we started the video talking about, authenticity. And, I feel like that's more what people in this space anyways are looking for. And, maybe it rubs them the wrong way or whatever. Yeah, I think that's part of the problem. So that's my take on the Coop situation. You guys let me know what you think down below in the comments. And we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Check it out. Bye.